Oh, I forgot the C. Sorry. It's supposed to say the ABCDEF'IT method. Okay. The key to discipline. Discipline is not had, it's created. Some people just have a fierce sense of discipline and they can just set their mind to something and just do it. That's like a small percent of people. Discipline is not something that you just have that's just gifted to you when you're born. You have to build it. It's a skill. It's something you create. You have to do things to make this happen. You can't just like wake up one day and be like, "Oh, I'm going to change my life today and do everything right for the next year and wake up in my fit, happy, healthy self." No, you gotta build that. You gotta build consistency. That is done by creating a routine. This is what we need to do, guys. We need to establish healthy habits and turn them into like repetitive things that happen again and again and again and again for a long time because it takes a long time to change. Those of you that have been here with me for a little while and have seen little bits of this presentation over the last couple of weeks, because I am hammering this point home. We need to get into a routine. We absolutely need to find a sense of normalcy. You should, if you're creating a routine now, in a couple weeks, you should feel like normal. You should go about your week and be like, okay, it's just another week, like to the point where you almost feel a little bit bored, like even a little bit, not totally bored, but your week should seem repetitive because there should be things that are non-negotiables, things that always happen. So what I need you guys to do is write down this routine and plan a little bit ahead of time. So that's been the huge theme over the last couple of weeks is planning and how to set yourself up for success. In order to follow through on a routine, to create a routine in general, we got to write it down because it's too many decisions if we don't write things down. Because think about it this way. If you take 10 minutes to on a Sunday, iron out your whole week. Just take 10 minutes, write down what you're going to eat, write down what days you're going to work out. You'll work with me to have a workout plan. If you take 10 minutes on a Sunday, this is eliminating dozens of decisions throughout the week. It's Wednesday, you're exhausted. Now you got to figure out what you're going to eat for dinner. You got to plan it. You got to think of an idea. You got to plan what ingredients do I have in my fridge. Now you got to execute. Now you got to make it. Think of all those decisions, and that's just one day, one meal. Your workouts. You wake up one day, and it's like, am I going to work out now? Am I going to work out at night? What am I going to do in the gym? Am I going to do this workout? Am I going to do this? Plan it ahead of time and you won't have to make these decisions. So all throughout the week, you'll just be executing on something you had ahead of time and you will reduce what I call decision fatigue, which is the overwhelming sense of, holy shit, I have a lot of decisions to make this week. When life starts to go, it gets overwhelming. So what I need you guys to do is create a sense of normalcy over time by creating a routine. You should at some point, and I think Ray is getting here, I think Jeremy's getting here, Donna is for sure here. You should identify as a healthy person. It should be just part of your identity. It should be just part of your life. It should be normal. You should go to the gym or work out or move your body just because that's what you do. On a Wednesday at 5 p.m., I do this. You do that long enough and it's going to become part of your Wednesdays. It's going to become part of your life. You may even learn to enjoy it. But even if not, it's just going to be a thing you do. I don't have to think very much about going to the gym anymore because it's not, a whole chore, an event. It's just something I do. It's just part of life. That's what a healthy person does. They move their body because it makes them feel good and it's good for them. A healthy person eats balanced, nutritious meals and doesn't really think much about it. Guys, I'm in a weight loss phase right now. You might have seen on my social media that I had day 1, day 3. I've got videos. I've been doing this for a couple weeks too, even though I'm a couple weeks behind on my posting because I filmed 2 weeks at a time and I'm releasing day 1 2 weeks later so that if I miss a day of filming, I can catch up. But I'm in this phase right now where I'm trying to lose weight, but I don't have to think about it very much anymore. I really don't. I know what to eat. I know portion sizes. I can put together a plate of food like this and just know what's good for my body and what's going to make me feel good. And it's really not something I have to obsess over anymore because I identify as a healthy person. But I wouldn't have gotten myself to this point if I hadn't have had a routine. This is what a routine looks like. This is what a perfect routine looks like. You've got your upper body day. You've got your lower body day. You've got your upper body day. You've got your lower body day. It's not upper lower is the perfect routine, but the perfect routine is something that's scheduled out ahead of time. And then I'm going to show you what happens if you can't do this perfect routine, because this is all sunshine and rainbows. This looks great right here. This looks like an amazing plan where at the end of the 31 days, we're 5 pounds down and we're doing amazing. And, this does not include any of life's shit. Say you can't go on a walk one day. Say you can't do an upper body one day because you hurt your shoulder, or say your kid didn't let you sleep last night, so you didn't get an ounce of sleep and you can't do your full lower body workout that's scheduled for day 18. We need to get a solid routine down, and then we need to make sure we stick to it by having backup plans and things like that. We need to get you to the point where healthy becomes automatic. You don't think about it anymore. We just need you to be in a flow so that even if you're dealing with adversity, it's just part of your life. It's nothing more than brushing your teeth. You think of it, do you guys really think very hard about brushing your teeth? Not really. Hopefully you guys are brushing your teeth. If you're not, raise your hand and I'm going to make fun of you. But you guys don't really think much about brushing your teeth anymore because it's just something that you do. You've done for a while. That's part of your life. I want fitness and nutrition and all of this stuff that makes you healthy and feel good and take care of yourself. I want this to just become part of your life, like this, like brushing your teeth. Meal planning. I'm not going to go super into this right now. I'm going to encourage questions at the end, but this is one of the parts of a routine and creating a routine. Like I said, if you guys can take a few minutes on a Sunday or a Saturday or whenever your day is to kind of decompress and pause and start over for the week, if you can take just a few minutes to write down a little bit about what you're going to do further in the week and make sure that you have the groceries purchased and in your fridge and ready to go. Make sure you have time on a Wednesday to cook said meal. And if not, you got to pick another day for it. If you take even 10 minutes to jot this stuff down, you're eliminating so many decisions later in the week. So I'm going to encourage you to take a couple minutes. I like to go on a Sunday, and I'll talk about this in a minute, like what a flow looks like. But I like on a Sunday for that to be my day where I sit down in the morning and I write out kind of the meals I'm going to have for the week. I'm going to have teriyaki chicken on Monday, and I know that I'm going to cook a couple extra servings so I can have it out for lunch on Tuesday. And then I know my schedule ahead of time. I know when I have dodgeball. I know when I take late night calls with you guys. I have a couple nights a week where I take late, like tonight. What did I do? I had a few hours to cook and I cooked, but I also cooked enough meals for tomorrow and Friday. I'm going to a Patriots game tomorrow. And I know that I'm going to have to leave early to make it there. So I'm not going to have time to cook. But guess what? I have a meal in my fridge ready to go. So this is the very basic, meal prepping starts from this, from having a plan. Meal prepping is a layer up from meal planning. So what you're going to do here is you're going to reduce decision fatigue. You're going to make sure you have the right ingredients on your fridge, which is going to reduce waste, save you a shit ton of money because you won't be getting takeout all the time, and you're going to be making sure you're making the right decisions because it's very easy when you're in a pinch to go grab crap out of somewhere and have like a not balanced, not filling, very calorie ridden meal, which if that satisfies you, that's great. But oftentimes that doesn't actually satisfy us because it's just trying to get it in a pinch. So what we're going to do and what the main point of this presentation is the all or nothing mentality. And I've had a couple conversations with this, with people about this over the last couple of days. And the all or nothing mentality is something we all find our way into. And this is what I was saying about having like backup plans and things like that a couple minutes ago. Like that schedule looks sunshine and rainbows and perfect and dandy, but what happens when that doesn't happen? Am I just going to give up entirely? Like if I can't get a full workout in, what do I do there? So we need to learn to be flexible. You need to be able to adapt to when life doesn't hand you the perfect set of cards. You need to get out of this perfectionism mentality. You don't have to have an hour-long workout 5 days a week for the next 6 months in order to see results. It can look like results, getting you to your goal can look like a variety of different ways. And the last thing I want it to be is perfect because that leads to burnout and you give up. And that's why we're stuck. That's why all of you are here today. Most of you, because you found your way into these cycles and, you've found your way back to the point where you've tried and you burn out and you get right back in the same situation. I want to make sure that I send you off and you never have to come back to where you were, that you are thriving for the rest of your life and you never have to do this again. Part of that is getting out of this perfectionist mentality and always having the mentality of being a little bit better every day. You don't have to be perfect today, but let's shoot for a little bit better tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I am going to share the ABCDEF'IT method. Okay. And this is something I talked about a couple weeks ago, but I actually put it on paper and tried to make it sound nice. And I am trying to make this as cliche and annoying as possible so that when you guys go about your daily life this week, you're like thinking about sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. Oh, this is the plan A that Adam was talking about. I want you guys to be thinking about this through the week. And hopefully, we can take a minute or two after this to start applying this to your lives. So I'm going to go through this method. Plan A. This is the ideal situation. So think of it in terms of weather. Sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. Just gallivanting pretty unicorns in a meadow. The weather is beautiful. This is what plan A looks like. It's a full home-cooked balanced meal. So you got a vegetable, you made mashed potatoes, you made a whole ass steak, you got a glass of water, your family's all happy, and you had a great day, and everything's just wonderful. This is what we're going to shoot for. We're hoping to have lots of balanced, nutritious, happy meals. That's what makes you lose weight. And then the other way this would look like is the full perfect workout. So you go into the gym, you have your upper body workout that I scheduled for you ahead of time, that we scheduled for you ahead of time. You kill the workout, you stretch after, everything's great. You executed your plan that we put in place, and it's great. That's plan A. Plan B, let's think of it in terms of weather again. The clouds are starting to roll in. It's partly cloudy, all right? It's just the weather's good, but it's not great. So that's the slightly imperfect. So what that would look like in terms of food is you cook something, but instead of it being a whole, what's a balanced plate of food? It looks like this. Instead of it being perfect, maybe it's just not as balanced. Maybe you didn't have time for a vegetable and you just have like some chicken and some rice or something like that. Or you know what? Maybe you kill it with a little bit of sugary sauce that you weren't really planning on having, but like it's not the end of the world because it's not a huge setback or something like that. It's the meal that you still made an effort to put together, but just might not be your plan A. Maybe it's a backup plan. Maybe you had this plan for Wednesday, but you don't have time and you can't do the whole thing. So you do parts of it. That's the meal version of it. In the gym or working out, it would look like you go to the gym, but you don't push as hard. So maybe you're tired that day and you don't have it in you to do your whole workout and push to the point where you're so, tired and your muscles are burning, and like maybe you just take it easy and just kind of go easy and don't do the full intensity of the workout. This is plan B. Plan C, it's starting to drizzle now. So the clouds are out. Now it's starting to drizzle a little bit. And you perhaps when you're cooking something, instead of cooking a whole meal, you heat up something that's already been cooked. So you have something that's pre-prepared. So maybe you went to Trader Joe's or your local grocery store. Maybe you have something frozen. Maybe you have some chicken nuggets, but you chose the lightly breaded ones that have less calories and don't have a bunch of oil soaked all over them. You have something that's already like pre-prepared, but you just heat it up instead of cooking a whole meal. When you wanted to cook a whole meal, you do this instead because you're tired or you don't have time or you don't have a plan. The gym or working out would be you go to the gym, but you only do a shortened workout now. So instead of doing your whole workout at half speed or whatever, now you're just doing like a half-hour workout. You had a plan B. Maybe you cut out half the exercises. I don't have the energy to do this whole workout, but you know what? I'm still going to go and I'm still going to try, and I'll leave when I'm tired. That's plan C. Plan D. Now it's raining. Now like the clouds have opened up and it's raining on you. So in the kitchen, you don't cook. You planned on cooking, but you don't cook. You girl dinner it. And girl dinner, if you guys know what girl dinnering is, I'm not trying to like stereotype women or anything. This is an actual term in the hipsters lingo. Girl dinner is like you pick at things and you go into your cabinet and you grab this and you grab that. My girlfriend does this and she grabs like the weirdest shit. When she doesn't have a plan, she will literally grab like random stuff, and that's okay. And but so maybe you girl dinner it and you just grab some stuff from your fridge and your pantry or whatever, and you put something together, but at least you're trying to make an effort to make it balanced. So you maybe put some fruit or veggies with it, and you maybe try to focus on getting a little bit of protein in there and having a meat, but it's just not a cohesive meal. So you girl dinner it. And then in the gym or working out, it would be you go to the gym, but instead of say you're tired or you don't have enough time to do a full workout, you walk on the treadmill for a few minutes, but you still go and you still walk on the treadmill. Plan E, we're getting to E range. In weather, it's thundering and lightning, and now it's pouring. So you're outside and the weather is not good. So you order out, so you order takeout, but you have an idea in your head already of some places that you can go that have decent options. So Chipotle, Sweet Green. Think of some places that have options that are balanced, that have protein, that have carbs, like a good hearty meal. So you order out, but you still make an effort. So you're still making some effort to show up for yourself. Then plan E for working out is you don't actually go to the gym, but you still walk or you still stretch for like 5 minutes. So you go on a quick walk or you have 2 stretches ahead of time and you execute the stretches and you just do something. Plan E for me when I was going through my weight loss transformation, I say this all the time, guys. I had my days that were really bad. I had my good days and I had my days where I was so depressed I could not even get out of bed. But at some point, what I did differently this time than I've done all the other times I tried to lose weight is I got my ass out of bed and I drove to the gym. Sometimes I didn't even go into the gym. A lot of times I would go to the gym, sit in the parking lot in my car for 5 minutes and drive home. But I got into a routine of driving to the gym at the same time every damn day at 5 o'clock or 12 o'clock. Like I would kind of switch back between the two. I would still make an effort to go to the gym, even on my bad days. And then eventually I got comfortable and I would at some point go into the gym. And I say this all the time. I would just like go into the locker room, take a quick poop and walk out and go home. But I still like went to the gym. And then eventually it got better and it got easier. And it got easier for me to get a workout in and start leaning on the plan B and the plan A and the, that kind of thing. But I still made an effort. So the long story short, plan E is just showing up for yourself, doing anything you can to continue showing up for yourself. Here's the alternative. Fuck it. Here's the F it part. Fuck it. This is like you are not showing up for yourself. So a piece of hail just landed on and killed your dog. So you have this entire storm. You've got lightning, thunder, and now your dog's dead because you just said fuck it. You didn't show up for yourself at all. You're like, you know what, dog, just go out and pee on your own. I don't want to go stand in the rain. I don't care. You said fuck it, and now your dog's dead. That's the weather analogy. Now, in terms of food, it's you went out and you pounded McDonald's because you didn't have a plan. You came into this and you said, screw it. You know what? I'm not going to make any effort at all. I'm just going to go pound some French fries and a cheeseburger. And the cheeseburger and French fries wasn't even that good because honestly, I mean, if you love McDonald's, correct me if I'm wrong. Personally, not a big McDonald's fan just because I just don't think I would rather have a cheeseburger from like actual restaurant instead of like dog food packaged in like a wrapper. No offense to those of you that like McDonald's. If you really like McDonald's, guess what? That's not in the F it range. That's the, I'm satisfied. That I'd put that in the E and D range if you had McDonald's because you really enjoy it. But if you're just having it because you have no plans, no preparation, and you need something quick and McDonald's is down the road, then you said fuck it and you got McDonald's. On the workout side, you sat on your ass all day and watched TikToks. That's what it is. You were too tired. You didn't have time. You found an excuse, but you just sat on your butt all day and did nothing. You didn't even make an effort to get up and do 2 minutes of a stretch. You just said, fuck it entirely. And the whole day is just gone. But with this, what I want you to learn is that setbacks are learning experiences, not failures. So even if you get to the point where you say, fuck it, guess what? I'll put it in college terms because a lot of you did go to college and some of you recently. If you fail one exam, are you going to fail the whole semester? Are you going to like you might not pass with a flying colors A, but will you still, if you do well on your other tests, will you still pass? Yes, you absolutely will. So what we need to realize is we need to have some respect for ourselves and some grace. And sometimes we will say, fuck it. But what we need to do is learn from those moments. So that's why they're learning experiences. We need to learn from those moments and move on and flush it. Learn from it, unpack it. That's why we take pictures of your food and write things down and do your check-in forms. And then we flush it and we move on and we keep moving forward. And we understand that it all averages out in the long run. So we need to get out of this failure mentality of I messed up. Let's just turn one day into 1 week into 1 month and then give up. We need to keep fighting it and we need to keep moving forward. And that's how you see results that last for the rest of your life. So that is the ABCDEF'IT or ABCDEF'IT method, okay? On paper now. Do any of you have any questions about this method? Anything, was I descriptive enough with each of the letters? Do you have a good idea of like what the best plan would look like and then how you can still show up for yourself in a limited capacity? Okay. Somebody volunteer for me. Who would like to talk today? Don't all fight at once to talk. Come on, guys. You're making it hard for me to choose who you want to talk. I can't decide.
You know I'm a talker.
Oh, Donna. Damn it, Donna. Here we go. I love it. I love it. I haven't had you talk today. So, Donna, let's think. Let's try to think of a plan A for you. Let's apply it to your life. So it can be fitness, it can be eating healthy, it can be mental health, mindset. Let's think of something that is built into, your life that you want to do so you can be healthy. What is something you make an effort in doing?
Well, definitely food. I'm
Food.
I got the food part down,
Okay.
and I make an effort all the time.
Okay.
Um,
So
the
what
what I
does
go ahead.
what does Donna an effort? You said you make an effort. What does plan A look like? What is the best effort you can make? What is like the ideal situation?
Get up, put on my workout clothes, do my workout, get it done for the day. Because I found if I wait until the afternoon, it sometimes it'll happen, sometimes it doesn't. So
Okay.
that
So let's use working out as an example then. So
okay,
we can either pick working out or food. Which one do you want to talk about? I'll let you pick.
working out.
Working out. Let's go working out. So what's the absolutely ideal situation? You get up, you wake up, you put your workout clothes on, you get your how long workout done?
Anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay. So that plan A looks like you get up, you put your clothes on, you do your 30, 45-minute workout. It's a great workout. You're all sweaty at the end of it. You're feeling great. You feel accomplished. That's plan A. What obstacle may you run into? A slight obstacle. We're talking a little hiccup. Now we're in the plan B range. What might you run into that would kind of impact that perfect workout?
I hit snooze. The 45 isn't going to happen, but the 30 can.
Okay, so
So,
that's plan B. So you hit snooze, you're tired, you're dragging that morning, but guess what? You still make an effort to get out of bed and you understand that I might be able to not be able to get the full thing in, but I can still do the half hour. That's plan B. But what you didn't do is say, "Oh, I can't do the 45 minutes. Let's just go back to bed. I only have a
mhm,
half hour now." So anticipate this a little further. So if you were to then again have another hiccup, so now this is worse than what you just talked about. What is the C? Let's put C and D together because C's and D's both get degrees. Like, you pass with a D. So, haha, right, pause. Yeah, so C's and D's now. Lump those together. What are we looking like there? What is the CD range of that situation?
the CD would be for whatever reason. I don't have my 30 minutes. I have maybe 10 to 20 minutes. So what
Okay.
can I
So you wake up and you're like, "Oh shit, I hit snooze. It's 10 minutes until, I only have 10 more minutes left." What can you do then? You have your exercises. Maybe you pick a couple of your favorite exercises and you still make an effort to move your body. Or maybe you pick the ones that are the most full body exercise that you find the hardest. So
Mhm,
so you can make sure you make those 10 minutes count. But guess what, guys? C's and D's still get degrees. Depending on the school, like you're at, like my school, you could pass with a 60 average is like what the minimum to pass a class. And I was like, Jesus, that's terrible. But C's and D's do get degrees. So Donna, you just passed. You still did your few minutes and you're still in a routine because tomorrow, you're going to wake up at the same time and maybe you will get the 45-minute workout in. So
mhm.
now we're getting into this range. Donna, plan E is like the last ditch effort to always show up for yourself. Like you are doing anything. What does that look like?
That's when I didn't move my body in the morning. So I take a walk at lunch, or I paddleboard after work, or I do something at a different time that day,
Yes.
not the time I intended, but a
Yeah.
different time.
And I would even argue that what you just said is probably still in here because you're still making a great effort to make that happen. Now, this could look like you switch up the time and you adapt, but you only can do 5 minutes. Like, I don't have a lot of time after work or I don't have a lot of energy, but you know what? I'm still going to do one lap around my neighborhood. Or you know what? At lunch, I'm going to go get a little sunshine for 5 minutes. Or you know what? I'm just going to do two stretches when I get home from work just to keep my body loosey goosey and moving. But I'm not going to do nothing. I'm not. That's plan E, guys. Plan E is last ditch, just so you can say you didn't do nothing and you can still stick to your routines and stick to your game plans. That's the look at this, what I said. You order out, but you try your best to make an okay decision. Even if half the meal is fried, you still put some vegetables with it because you're using vegetables as something to fill your stomach so you don't have so much fried food. Donna, with your workouts, you didn't go to the gym. You didn't go home and work out for 45 minutes, but you still did something to move your body that day. And you can still say that you're on track and in a routine, even though it wasn't perfect. And then what's the alternative, Donna? Say it.
Fuck it, doing nothing.
There we go. This is the alternative, guys. And this is what a lot of people find their way into is I'm either going to do plan A where I'm going to get my whole workout in and everything's sunshine and rainbows and unicorns and we're in fantasy land and it's wonderful, or we're going to go straight to fuck it. And the problem with fuck it is one fuck it becomes two fuck it's becomes three fuck it's. And I'm sorry about saying so many fuck it's, but that's what happens, guys. When we start having fuck it's, they compound. They become more. And that's when we give up. That's when we get to the point where it's like you have 2 weeks of fuck it because you didn't show up for yourself. And unfortunately, that usually sticks and that usually compounds. So, what I need you guys to start doing is find ways to show up for yourself in small ways, especially the new people, especially you three that are in here that are just starting with me, that are just trying to figure out this whole health thing. You need to find some ways. If you could give me 2 weeks of this, you'll be better off than when you started. And that's still an E. You're not in like you aren't, in this range, which maybe someday we can really like Ray has been like here, here most of the time. He dipped down here. He like got all emotional and got to here for like 3, 4 days, but like he was pretty good. Like he hasn't had a lot of moments like this, but like he averaged out in like I'm clicking too fast. Like he averaged out in here with a couple here's. See what I'm doing here? This is Ray. I'm like all like if any of you have like epilepsy or something, please stop me so you don't have a seizure. But basically Ray like has averaged out in here. Other people in this program have averaged out in here and still come out of it with success and results. They weren't perfect. They were so far from perfect. But guess what? They still lost weight. They still felt better about themselves. They're still healthier, but they're not perfect. And some people, most people before they come to a program like this, do this or that. And there's none of this, none of that. So I want you guys to start getting comfortable in here. Be okay with being imperfect because it does not take overhauling every part of your life to make results happen. It does not. And I think the people in this program are testimonials to that, that they were far from perfect. Everybody. Like, even the people that are doing amazing, and I talk about them all the time, like they're doing so great. They experience plenty of moments like this, and they're still here winning and doing well. So I encourage you new people to start exercising this. I encourage everybody, not just the new people, everybody. If you really haven't been doing much thinking about this and your life has just been sunshine and rainbows, I need you to start practicing this kind of stuff, because when life hits the fan, you need to learn how to do this and not go to that.